It's The Last Stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
That's right, it is The Last Stand. I'm Brian Custer. We bring you the biggest names in the sport. Joining me today is one of the top fighters at 168 pounds. My guest is a two-time, two-weight division world champion. It's me again, Demetrius Andrade. What's up, man?
I'm doing good. 154, WBO, WBA, 160, WBO. Now I'm looking to get that green thing at 168 versus David Benavidez, and this is a massive fight. This is massive.
This is massive.
This is the biggest fight that you can fucking put together this year.
So, November 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. How did it come about?
Just me being able to, get away from everybody and be able to write my own storyline at pretty much the tail end of my career and say, hey, I'm free. I'm looking to fight whoever is willing to fight, and I have nothing holding me back, stopping me. There's no politics. There's no network issues. There's no issues.
Yeah.
There's no issues.
Was that the issue in the past, you think?
I will say no, because I've been on networks with other top fighters, and they still didn't want to make it happen. But that was over there. Over here, Showtime, they put on the greatest fights. And they're continuing to do that, and now I'm part of making that one of those fights happen this year, so it's going to be great.
And you've mentioned this for the longest. You've been demanding big fights. Guys have been avoiding you for a number of reasons. Do you believe all of that talk goes away after this fight?
Of course it goes away. It's right now. The talk's over.
Yeah.
For us to get through the finish line, to be here talking about it, and that it got announced, and like I said to David, I'm glad we got over the hurdles of the contract stuff and still whatever, but we're here. I wanted to make it happen. I wasn't shying away. And so at the end of the day, where else is he gonna go? Where else I'm gonna go? Sit back and wait for Canelo? That's impossible.
Is this the biggest?
This ain't the movie Tom Cruise.
Is this the biggest fight of your 15-year career?
Yeah, of course it is. This is definitely like the Super Bowl. This is definitely it right here. There's no, listen, every fight matters. Every fight I had led me to this point. Every fight, gave me the lessons and the learning opportunities to move forward in my career and get myself better. But this fight here is really gonna bring the best Andrade out, because I know what's on the line. There's a lot on the line here. Everything's on the line out here. All the marbles. This is the undisputed fight in itself.
Benavidez said this thing is going to be a war. Realistically, what kind of fight do you think is going to be fought stylistically on the 25th?
I think it's going to be a little more impact than Plant and Benavidez. More than that.
Yeah.
More than that. Than Charlo and Canelo. More than that. More than that. A lot more than that.
I was going to ask you about what'd you think about Charlo Canelo?
I mean, from the jump, I thought it was a mismatch because, weight does matter. Look, look like, I don't know if Benavidez been in the gym, but he looked a little fat there, boy. He looked like he has a lot of weight to come off. But that's good. That works in my favor because I'm in shape. I'm ready to go. If he's going to struggle and he wants to be heavy, and it's going to be a struggle for him to make weight. And so that works in my favor. But also, me coming up, I only had one fight at 168 pounds.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I know this is the biggest fight to be made, so let's make this happen. I wanted to get like 1 or 2 wins, but the time doesn't work that way. Time works now, so I'm here now. Let's make this fight happen. Let's get it on.
So I was watching some of your past fights, Boo-Boo, and I kept listening to the commentary. And you've knocked guys down, but haven't finished them. Can you do that against Benavidez?
I think the extra weight and that I'm putting it on, and the muscle, and just knowing that at the end of the day, this is boxing. Yeah, I put the dudes down. I was explaining to some people, just because, I have 20 knockouts, so I didn't knock people out. I didn't put everybody down. Sometimes just come to a point where it's like, yo, man gotta eat, man gotta live. He can't do nothing. Let me just entertain. Let me show how my boxing skills play in now. Let me show how technical I can be, how my mind works, how all that stuff happens. And that's what boxing is about. And so I show that. I show the diverse tools that I have all the time. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I can carry and fight and win every single round.
Interesting. Tim Bradley said this. talking about Benavidez. I think his biggest issue in this fight is going to be his footwork. Feel that he has terrible footwork, squares up often. I feel like a fighter with Andrade's skill set and experience, he's going to expose that. Come forward, pick his shots wisely, be elusive. He's elusive on defense as well. Make that guy miss. I think we're going to see a better version of Benavidez if he's going to pull off this win. But I'm telling you now, do not count out Andrade. He's a sneaky fighter, well-schooled boxer, and has what it takes to outbox Benavidez.
Yeah, of course I do. Timothy Bradley knows boxing, should I say. He knows what he's talking about. But it's easier said than done. But I know I've been doing this for a long time as well. You know, I've been in professional 15 years now. Haven't been hurt, haven't been like hurt bad. Haven't been down, you know. People be like, oh, he got knocked out by nah, come on. You know what I'm saying? This you can never go to a fight and say Demetrius Andrade been hit hard and down and he's all over the place. So
biggest thing that he has that you have to watch out for, because he seems like in the second half of the fight he overwhelms guys. Biggest thing that he has that you have to watch out for on the 25th.
I'm gonna just keep it as that. That's cool, but that is something that is just going to be his natural instinct. So I'm going to study, I'm going to learn, I'm going to figure out how to keep him from even getting to that point. And if he does, the fight, so I must be winning. And all I got to do is use my IQ and pick the shots and do exactly what Timothy Bradley said. And that's exactly what the plan is. I've been walking into everything.
You've confronted Canelo after one of his victories, and he told you, go fight somebody. Do you believe the winner of this fight gets the Canelo fight?
I don't know. Fuck Canelo. I don't, listen.
Because he's been avoiding both of you guys.
At the end of the day, Canelo's career, my hat goes off to him. He does what he does. He has the luxury to do whatever he wants to do. You can't tell me to go fight somebody, and I can name a bunch of fighters, right, who you fought that hasn't fought nobody. Rocky Fielding, you're dumb, you know what I'm saying? The last Ryder, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Ryder and these guys, they could be tough fighters. Some of them might not be, but that doesn't matter when you know my pedigree is Olympian, when you know my pedigree is world champion, when you know my pedigree is, you know, I can box your ears off. You feel me?
Yeah.
So therefore, it's like, okay, cool. I fight, beat David Benavidez. Does that give me the Canelo fight? I don't know. We gotta go talk to the high ups and figure out how to force it. But you can't make two dogs fight unless they want it.
Obviously, you have an undisputed champion in this weight division. Do you believe in your heart of heart, though, the winner of this fight's the best fighter at 168?
Oh yeah, definitely. And this is only my second fight at 168. So I'm in a good position here.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
What do you think of Jermall Charlo on this card fighting David's brother? Are you interested to see what Charlo looks like?
I mean, yes and no, because he's been out. He's been having issues. I recently talked to him. I'm glad he is fixing his issues, his situation with his family and stuff like that. Things is going in his way, and so that's a great thing. And hopefully that's getting his groove back to get back in the ring. I just think it's a big mismatch, and when I see Charlo, we ever get together, we have Charlo. I got a story, and I got something, but I want him to be here.
Just tell it.
Yeah, I want him to be here. So just what?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, okay.
But we saw you guys on Instagram Live. He said he wanted to fight you. And do you think that fight will come about in the future?
That's where my story comes in. I got a story.
Okay.
I got a story.
With Charlo.
Before I retire. Yeah. Before this, we're going to figure that out.
What did you think about Caleb Plant smacking him at that Spence Crawford weigh-in?
I thought it was hilarious. Because at the end of the day, when I understand Charlo is, going through his mental stuff, his family. Maybe he's he started realizing things and wasn't what it was, and whatever glitters ain't gold. And he's making different moves. But when you was ignorant, Charlo, when you was talking all that shit, Charlo, They ain't forget about. They ain't forget about that. But you know, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You know, people gotta hash things out one way or another. But I didn't really know the story. I guess like he was touching his face or something.
Plant said we had him on the last day, and he said he pulled his beard and called him, you know, something white boy, and so he said, you know, you're not gonna disrespect him like that.
For sure. He should know better.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but it's weird because it didn't happen at that moment. It happened like month later. I mean, like an hour later or something. He just ran up to him and smacked him.
Well, that was when he plugged it in. Now, he was making comments before, but then at that time he went up and grabbed his beard.
Okay.
And that's when Caleb said there was going to be no more. He had enough. After this fight, realistically, what do you think people are going to be saying about Demetrius Andrade as a fighter?
I'm glad we got to. I'm glad we was able to see who Demetrius Andrade is. I'm glad we was able to see who Demetrius Andrade is.
You know, Clarissa Shields always talks about you as being the guy at 168. When we were talking about her and about Canelo and stuff, she's like, don't forget about Boo Boo. She always says that.
Of course, man.
Always says
she knows boxing. She knows I can fight. She's been in the gym with me, and at the end of the day, it's like, why we forgetting about why you everybody avoiding this fight if they're better than me?
You know the deal. We always let people submit questions through social media. Got a number of them for them. We'll just get to a few.
A number of them.
Purist asks, after watching Charlo, Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, what style would you bring to a potential Canelo fight that obviously hasn't been working in the past with the other guys?
Yeah, just my style alone is different. I'm more finesse. I got shot punches. I got looping punches. I got design punches for everything, in every angle. You know, I can't really tell Canelo or the people so much because I might have to use it if it ever happens. I have to use these things.
Renee asks, do you feel apart from this fight, big fights are behind you at this point, or are there big fights on the future, you think, after this one?
I mean, I guess like how I look at it, this is definitely the big fight. Charlo is definitely a good fight. Plant's definitely a good fight. And Canelo's definitely a good fight. So those fights are still able to happen after this fight. So, yeah.
AJ asks, do you really think Canelo should take the winner of this fight?
Of course. If he is the king.
Yeah. If he doesn't, who do you, he says if he doesn't, who do you see him fighting?
Somebody small, out this weight class, so he could be like, this Canelo, nobody beats this Canelo. I'm 168 pounds, he 147 pounds, 140 pounds, he come up, and nobody beats this Canelo.
I love it, yeah. Okay, we come to the last segment of the show. It is the last stand. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. You just give me the first thing that comes to your mind. You ready?
Yep. Okay.
In your opinion, pound for pound, best fighter in the world right now is who?
That's tough. Tyson Fury.
Oh, wow. Okay, Tyson Fury. In your opinion, who's the face of boxing right now? Canelo says it's him. Gervonta Davis says he's the new face of boxing. Who do you believe is the face of boxing right now?
That's pretty tough too. I think Gervonta Davis is. I will put it towards him. I think it's time for change, of course. Yeah, I think it's time for change. I think it's Gervonta Davis.
His following is massive. Who's your favorite fighter right now? Who's the guy when he's like, I want to watch this. I like watching this guy fight.
Yeah, I like Rashidi Ellis. I like Boots Ennis. Who else is out there? I've been paying. I was paying attention to the Mendoza kid. Like those guys is like has their own style and their own way of capitalize on people. Shakur Stevens, of course. Yeah, there's some great fights. There's some great fighters out there.
In your heart of hearts, do you believe Canelo really wants to fight you?
I mean, I have to say no because he never, made his mark to fight me. When I was a WBO champion at 154, he was actually my mandatory. And then I got stripped for inactivity, and then my belt, that means vacant. And so he fought Liam Smith for it. When it was like, why didn't you just fight me? Yeah. Why didn't you just make that fight happen? So at this point, I can only say no.
Okay. More realistic fight for you next. David Morrell Jermall Charlo or Canelo Alvarez?
It would have to be Charlo or Canelo.
Okay. Last but not least, do you even get to eat anything for Thanksgiving? When you fight over Thanksgiving weekend, do you get to eat? I mean, like turkey and greens, mac, cheese, anything like that?
I can eat that tomorrow. I can eat that today. What are you talking about, man? What do you mean? What are you talking about? We fight over something I can have whatever I want. What do you mean, bro? What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about over you fighting over Thanksgiving weekend, so the weigh-ins on Friday.
My Thanksgiving dinner is gonna be David Benavidez, man. Yo, mommies, aunties, and yo, chill. I got this. I got the seasoning. I'm cooking up some shit, man. Chill.
Will you eat turkey and greens and all that stuff that weekend?
I'm not really like a turkey guy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I have my, things I like to, but greens, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna have a little meal. I can weigh-ins the next day, but I'm slipping something real quick. A little avocado.
Last but not least, tell the people. Everyone always has it. It's Andrade. It's Andrade. Tell the people.
All right, so I am. Okay, my family is Cape Verdean.
Yeah.
On the map, Capo Verde, right?
Yeah.
In my country, they pronounce my last name as Andrade. And so when they see me as Andrade, that sounds pretty sexy to me.
Yes.
Right? And in America, is pronounced Andrade.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, as long as you know it's me who you're talking about,
it's me again.
It's all good. So some people, hey, Mr. Andrade, hey, how you doing? Cool. Hey, Sir Andrade, hey, Mr. Andrade. It's all good. At the end of the day, in this fight, last fight I said pronounce it Andrade because I'm going against Demar Nicholson. I was like, yeah, man, just say Andrade.
Yes.
Now I think Benavidez is Andrade is the way to pronounce this fight.
We'll wrap it up with this. You already heard him say they plan on stopping you.
I don't know they.
Well, his father.
Okay, cool.
When you think about this fight, do you see this fight going the distance?
I definitely feel like I can hit him with shots where, I can probably put him out, for sure. And it will do damage, and I think he will be surprised on the type of power and the movement I have, where he could want to take his time more, and it could go the distance. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
He is a big kid. So I know I have to weigh him down.
So will they be calling you the Monster Slayer, or will you have a new nickname after this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely right now it's the Boogeyman versus the Monster. So
I love it.
That's what it is right now.
Well, that's what we do here on The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport, and at 168, this man right here is right there at the top, Demetrius Andrade, or if you're from American, Andrade. Appreciate you, my brother. Good luck on the 25th.
Yeah, for sure. God bless.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week.
Oh, yeah, now.